everybody. Welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
And I'm Nick Kinsel.
And Dover just got done. We are recording Monday nights. We're just a few hours out of it. The Truexes swept the weekend. We're going to get into all that. Before we start that, let's start off with our diecast of the week. Buddy, what you got?
Well, I got no Shamu this weekend.
That was a hit, man.
that was a hit. I really have no car that has any resemblance to anything. Like we're going to Kansas this weekend, and so this car that I'm gonna play has a little bit of it fits with it. And so in 2019 Kansas Fall Race, my man's Daniel Hemrick, the one shining spot of his short-lived Cup career, was actually winning the pole at Kansas. And this car, the number 8 Caterpillar Chevrolet, it's got these rookie stripes on it, man. 2019 is a year I want to forget. It was tough. It wasn't fun, but like I said, I was going to Kansas this weekend. He did sit on the pole for this race. I think he led all of 2, maybe 3 laps, and then see you, bud.
Yeah, and then it was business as usual.
It was business as usual, but yeah, just had to bust this one out this week. I don't even think I've played this one ever because I've never had a reason to play it. It's just kind of I got it because they don't make Daniel Hemrick diecasts anymore, so
Yeah.
I got them all essentially. But yeah, 2019, what a rough, what a
Yeah,
rough.
I feel like he was close to like breaking the records for DNFs there for a little while.
Yep,
That was rough.
especially the races that I went to. It's fun.
Yeah, even nowadays he's still doing it for you.
He's like, oh, I know that kid's here. I'm gonna fuck his day up right here.
I'm gonna do a flip.
I'm gonna do a flip. I refuse to buy that T-shirt. I just won't do it.
Yeah,
Because I'm still heartbroken over Talladega. I can't give into that. That's great. He's gonna make some money off of that, but come on, man.
nah, that's rough, man. That's real rough. All right, so for my diecast of the week, like you said, we are going to Kansas. So I had to bust out Kurt Busch's Kansas win from last season, possibly his last Cup Series win. We don't know if he will come back and run some more races, but as of right now, this is Kurt Busch's last Cup Series win. Beautiful car with the Jordan brand on there, made it look like the shoe. Just badass. 2311 swept the year last year
I
at
was gonna say
Kansas.
it was the year of the 45 at
Mm-hmm.
Kansas Speedway last year, with Kurt winning it in the spring, and then with Bubba winning it in the fall. That was just so
It
cool.
was phenomenal. Yeah,
But
so
this is
look
their
out for
race.
2311 this
Yeah,
weekend.
I was gonna say once we get to our race review, or once we get to our race preview, I think I know who I'm going with for
Mm-hmm.
that one. But we'll get into that. But yeah, that's a beautiful paint scheme, and for what could possibly be Kurt's last Cup Series win, that's a cool one to have for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just glad Monster wasn't on it so we could at least get the die
Right, right.
cast. All right, some top stories going this week. Everybody knows Alex Bowman broke his vertebrae in a dirt race, running Kyle Larson series, and then the conversation comes up again. Like, should these drivers go out and do these extracurricular activities like dirt racing and snowboarding? Whatever you want to do, Supercross, they're doing anything, and a lot of people are kind of getting pissed off about it because their drivers are out for a couple weeks. But we talked about this a couple weeks ago. These people are human.
They have lives, and I think some drivers brought up some good points. They're just like, well, we can get seriously hurt inside this race car, so it doesn't do it. There's no difference. Like, yeah, maybe you set yourself some limitations of what you're gonna do, but like these guys are humans. They're racers. Racers race. That's what these guys do. So we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna talk about it again. These guys have lives. Like their whole life doesn't revolve around driving their cup car on Sunday. That is their job, yes, but they're allowed to do stuff and have a life outside of the NASCAR Cup Series. And if we start to see these team owners start to limit what these guys can do, it's not going to be a good thing. So
Yeah, you won't
like
see any happy drivers, that's for sure.
like I said, maybe set some limitations for yourself. Like How many of these races am I going to do in my off time? But other than that, no, you can't just straight up say, "Hey, you're not doing that anymore.
No.
You're driving my car on Sunday. You're not doing it anymore." Especially when they can get just as hurt driving one of these Cup cars than they can driving one of these sprint cars. So
Yeah,
it's
and a
their
lot
life.
of
They're
it
gonna.
too. A lot of it too is sponsor obligations. Like Alex Bowman, he was driving an Ally sponsored car. Like his sponsors, they want them to go out and do this kind of stuff, so they're gonna go out and do it. So either way, Josh Berry's getting more cup time, so I guess that's good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean
The
the
super
guy's the
sub.
guy's been looking great. He was running like top 15 all day.
He's the 2023 super sub. He's Regan Smith now.
Yeah, for
Just
real.
subbing it up.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just making a good case for himself to get a cup ride next year, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, and then man, he has been the talk of the town all season long, but Ross Chastain at it again, going after the 2000s hair enthusiast Brennan Poole. Poor Kyle Larson got caught up in it, man. But Ross Chastain, man, he has been a menace ever since him and Kevin Harvick got into it at Darlington. Like, what was it, back in 2019, 2018? Kevin
Something
Harvick,
like that.
yeah, Kevin Harvick called it from the beginning that this guy drives like shit. He's an asshole, and yeah, he's been
Well,
keeping it up.
well, you know why he's keeping it up is because nobody has the balls to go up and do something about it. Like my guy, Denny Hamlin, massive pussy, had so many chances to go out and do something
Well,
to shut this guy up. Yeah,
he did give him payback, but he kind of
oh
fucked
yeah,
himself.
he fucked himself while doing it. And if you're gonna call that your payback right there, no, I'm not buying it.
uh,
Somebody needs to go up and whoop this guy's ass. Like I want no crew members involved. I want
yeah.
driver on driver. I want somebody to whoop this guy's ass. That is the only way. Because all we hear from Ross is, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn." No, you're not gonna learn. He's gonna continue to do this because he knows he can get away with it because nobody has the balls to do anything about it. If this was old school NASCAR, he's losing some teeth.
He'd be
But
6 feet under if this was old
yeah,
school NASCAR. Dale would,
but
Dale
yeah, I was
would,
gonna say,
Dale Earnhardt would take him on a hunting trip.
could you imagine him trying to start shit with Dale or hell, even Tony Stewart? Tony Stewart will whoop
Oh
his ass
God.
too.
I'm
Like, could you
surprised
imagine?
Tony hasn't gotten out of the fucking broadcast booth and gone down there and fucking taken and given him a fucking 2 or 3 more, huh?
But I look at the guys that we have in this Cup Series garage, and I'm just like, who's gonna? I don't see any of these guys having the balls to go up there and whoop his ass. Like I just don't see it. Like we were talking about before the show, maybe Kevin Harvick's that kind of guy, but I don't think so.
Kevin, Kyle
He,
Busch,
I was gonna
maybe
say,
Joey Logano, but usually people are coming towards him to beat his ass. So
I could see a guy like Kyle Busch doing that because that's what he did to Joey Logano after the
yeah.
Vegas race. But
Truex, he's all talk. He wouldn't do anything.
Truex is too old for that shit, man. His fighting days are done. Honestly, this is Kevin's last year. He's like, yeah,
Oh
I'm all
no, dude,
right.
he's been fiery this year. I think that'd be one last great thing to do is just fucking put Ross Chastain in his fucking place before he retires. I think that he'd do a great service to all of NASCAR if he did that.
Somebody has to do it, otherwise this is gonna continue to happen. Like Ross is just like, yeah, I can do this, and nobody's gonna do anything to me. I'm just living the dream. But now we got hairdo Brennan Poole trying to come after me.
Yeah.
You think he's scared of Brennan Poole? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. And like even like a couple weeks ago, Daniel Suarez was pissed off at Ross Chastain. I think that was like after
That's the one.
Coda.
That's the one I want to see. I want to see some trouble in paradise at Trackhouse. I want
Uh,
Daniel Suarez to be the one that whoops his ass, and I just want to see what the reaction would be from that.
oh, that I think that would be great. That I think that would actually wake up Ross Chastain like, oh shit, my buddy, my teammate is pissed
He's
off at me.
beating my
Yeah,
ass.
yeah, he's beating my ass. He's curb stomping me next to my race car. Like maybe I should change my ways.
Somebody's got to do something at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
yeah, because he's just gonna keep up at it. All right, and then probably the biggest story from the weekend, I gotta say, is Noah Gregson's bowl cut. fucking beautiful look that he had going on. Austin
Uh,
Dillon bet
uh,
him $100 that he wouldn't do it. Come on, Austin. Do you know Noah Gragson? Of course he's gonna fucking do it, man.
that was the greatest reveal of all time. They
During
they
the
go
interview.
down they go down to interview Noah, and I'm like, okay, it looks like he got a haircut. Oh no, he didn't. He got a haircut, all right, but then he just takes that hat off, and it's like, come on. It's this one guy who's gonna do it. It is
Oh yeah.
1000% Noah Gregson. It was
He
funny.
keeps things interesting, man.
It was funny. He did an Instagram live shortly after that, and on his Instagram live, he said he wanted to do it for Talladega, but he's like, "Nah, I got too many Wendy's things going on. I
Oh
can't be
yeah.
looking like this while I got the big sponsors in town." So, but yeah, what a guy! Like, if there's somebody who's gonna give Chase Elliott a run for his money for the most popular driver, it's gonna be driver 42. Like
Oh
Noah
yeah.
Gragson is one of the best personalities in the Cup Series garage, and honestly, in almost all of NASCAR, like, this dude is just funny.
Yeah. He's hilarious. He knows how to make the fans happy and yeah, just doing crazy, stupid shit like that. People just go like, what the fuck are you
Look,
doing, man?
I saw it and I was like, this is a joke, right? Like he's got a bald cap on with a
Yeah.
bowl cut, right? Like, nope.
No, no, man, he was waving that shit. Like it was legit. The bowl
What a
cut
man.
was legit.
He went from being the ladies' man to the sending the ladies running right there.
Yeah, man. He was like rocking a mullet last week at Talladega, and now he's got the bowl cut, man. full
uh,
full on fucking Mo from the Three Stooges.
oh Noah.
Gotta love him. All right, so let's talk about this weekend of racing. Started off with the Xfinity Series race, and Ryan Truex, he was fast as hell out of the gates. Coasted to the stage one win. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, he was like 4 seconds ahead out of second place. He was dominating this
Well,
race.
his thing is early on in that race, like I don't know how much of it that you saw, but from what I was watching it, oh my goodness. He caught the leader. I forgot who was leading at the time. He freaking blew his doors off. And once Truex got to the lead, that thing was gone.
Yeah,
He had a 2 second lead within 6 laps because he was just gone. Like that 19 shit, they had that thing dialed up all day long. Might as well call this the Ryan Truex 200 because that 19 was a piss missile.
yeah, dude, for real. Parker Kligerman, he got dumped by Corey Heim. Sucks. Parker Kligerman, he's been doing great this year. He's just been getting shit on by so many
he
different drivers. Corey Heim,
get
I believe
he
this
get
was his Xfinity Series debut, and told
he
him that
got
he was,
greeted. Yep, I was gonna say he got welcome to the Xfinity
yeah,
Series with the bird.
you're
I think
number one, buddy.
that's like the second time in the last 3 races someone's gotten a bird in an Xfinity Series race.
It's happened 4 times this year already. They were
These guys don't
showing
like
like a
each other.
little thing on Twitter. I think NASCAR Chasm posted like all 4 instances. Yeah, it was like at Martinsville a couple weeks ago. Sam Mayer fucking flipped off. I can't remember who he flipped off, but yeah, man, it's been great
It was
seeing the
Ryan
bird.
Truex. He
Oh
gave
yeah, it
Ryan
was.
Truex the bird.
Yeah, yeah, man. He's staying relevant.
dude, these guys just do not like each other this year, and it is just so
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, dude, I love it, especially now that Noah's not down there. Like, I really don't. I don't have a driver at all down in the Xfinity Series. I'm just sitting back with some popcorn, watching the shit show.
It's great. It's the
Yeah.
best. It is the best racing that we have, and it is just so comical at some point.
Oh yeah, you gotta love it. All right, and then Truex won stage two, and then more bad luck for Sheldon Creed. I swear to God, this man, someone's got a voodoo doll with number two on there because this guy, he went around and after contact with the 18, no damage at all, but he was fighting for a top five and just got
Well,
sent back again.
minus Ryan Truex dominating the whole damn thing. The only cars that I saw that were gonna be able to give him a run for his money on like a restart, it was the RCR cars. Because on the restart, Austin Hill was a control car on some of these restarts, and those things could launch and they were gone. Sheldon
Mhm.
Creed had a very fast car in this race, and he might have won around for a spin, but he made a hell of a save. Like he got pinched there between the 18 between the 18 and the 7, and he went around. He's lucky to not that didn't end his day right there, and he's lucky that nobody just ran into him. It was a hell of a save from Sheldon, but yeah, speed's. I think the speed is starting to show up for him because he's been up there these past few races. And I think he's gonna get him one really soon. We're going to next time Xfinity Series races at Darlington, where he was going to win that race last year before Kyle Larson happened. So
Yeah, right. Yeah, Sheldon Creed tried pulling the video game move, and
yeah,
that
right?
did not work out well for him. And then Noah Gragson stole it. So, yeah, we'll see if he can do it next week. I mean, this guy's been showing lots of speed. He's just just so much bad luck, man. He'll get it soon. He'll get it soon.
Daniel Hemrick's rubbing off that whole RCR curse on him.
Yeah,
I can't
right.
even say that. I can't even say that though, because the bad luck is still on my side too. We're trying to spread out the bad luck. We're trying to distribute the bad luck amongst everybody in this
Well,
field.
yeah, man, that's what happened 2 years ago when Hemrick won that championship. Like you were right on that edge, and they just pulled you back just a little bit. Like, no, man, here you go. Here's one win. Here's a championship.
They had to
Let's
give
keep
me
you away from there for about maybe a couple years.
they give me one shiny moment, and they're like, "Ha, you're gonna suck again."
Yeah. Oh boy, but Ryan Truex, man, he put on a freaking clinic. This was his race. He absolutely dominated. He earned it. He was even saying on the radio like he was waiting for a caution to come out. Nothing happened. Won the race. Finally got his first win in the top 3 NASCAR series. This was long waited. I've been watching this guy for a while. I really like Ryan Truex, and he finally got it done. So good for Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, he got his redemption from this racetrack in 2012, where he should have had that one, and it didn't work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder what could have been Ryan Truex's career had he won that race back in 2012. Yeah, Ryan Truex, he's a guy like he's just a guy he's gonna work for, and he's gonna get the most out of what he can. He was impressive in the JRM cars. And then now over here at Gibbs, like this is his racetrack, and he put on a clinic. Really, the only thing that I thought was going to stop him is these guys that were playing out the strategy at the end of the race. I thought these guys were going to catch a caution, and I was like, oh, this is where it's going to go wrong for Truex. But the stars just aligned, and yeah, you talk about perseverance right there. Like look at what Ryan Truex has been throughout his career. Could never really. He was in that 16 truck, and then he leaves, and then that truck was a championship the next year. He's been all
He
around
was with Colleague when they were kind of getting
with
their feet
college,
wet. They
what they were getting
couldn't really
going,
do anything with them.
and then he couldn't win in the JRM car,
Well,
but
that 8 car was just
that
cursed. I
was
mean,
bad.
Zane Smith, Hemdog when he was in there, just no one could get it done in that 8 car.
It was not a good car at the time,
Yeah.
but now he's finally found it, and I really do wonder, now that he's gone to victory lane, what does that do for Joe Gibbs and Toyota next year? I don't see why you wouldn't want to put Ryan Truex in your
Yeah.
car full time. I mean, look at him this season. Like I've said it many times before. Like there have been times where I have absolutely ragged on Ryan Truex and his
Yeah, no, just a little bit.
his ability to not close the deal out. But look at what he's done this season. Like he's been so fast all season long. Almost won at Phoenix. He
Yep.
finally gets a win here, much deserved. It was very cool to see Martin Truex Jr. Come down to victory lane and celebrate with his brother. That was a cool moment right there.
Yeah.
Like it was a feel good day. But now I hope that he's an Xfinity Series winner. He can cut that damn hair because oh my
Oh
goodness,
no, he looks great, man. What are you
he
talking about?
looks like a weirdo.
He's got the Charlie Manson look going on. No, man, he looks great.
He needs
Oh
to
man,
get a damn haircut, but not
that's
for real. Hats off to Ryan and the guys. I hope he makes a T-shirt that says "I want another Go
yeah.
Ryan" type
Or it
T-shirt.
says like Ryan won or something, and he
Ryan won.
draws. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was cool. That was long overdue,
Yeah.
and I don't see why you don't want to put a guy like him in your car full time next year. If you're
Yeah.
Gibbs, like why not? Like he's proved he can do it. But I just gotta say, this is also just so funny because Ryan Truex goes out and puts on an ass whooping, And when Joe Graff Jr. steps in that car, hey, that's a 20th place car right there.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
that
multiple laps
motherfucker,
down.
that motherfucker is just exposing himself this year. 2023 was all about the year Joe Graff Jr. exposed himself for being a dog shit race car driver, and this right here just continues to prove it for me. I
Yeah,
love it.
don't worry, he'll be like an SS Greenlight racing car next year. Don't
What are you
worry.
talking about? He's taking over that Gibbs car full time next year.
Yeah,
He's
right.
gonna bring that money over. He's going full time.
Oh lordy. All right, congrats Ryan Truex. That was badass. Let's go on to the Cup race that took place today on Monday, rained out on Sunday before it even started. Kyle Busch led the field to green, but he had a speeding penalty and he topped off on fuel, and that basically had him involved in the Suarez wreck. He had a little bit of damage on his front end, but he was just kind of struggling to make it back up front the whole day. Another rough day for RCR.
Right, yep, he went from highs to highs at Talladega last week to up. We're rowdy again.
Yep.
I forgot I drive an RCR car again. Shit.
Whoops. Noah Gragson, he spun, broke a toe link early in the race.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was just the air that was coming off of his fucking head.
Yeah, it was terrible aerodynamics with the bolt cut. Did not work out well. So that's why he spun, broke the toe
That's
link.
why he
Yeah.
went for the spin. That's why he went for the spin.
Oh, you know right when he got into his hauler, shave that motherfucker, man. Yeah,
Oh my god.
that sucked. But and then the Ross Chastain, Brendan Poole, Kyle Larson wreck. Just Ross Chastain was getting impatient behind the 15, and Brendan Poole and just spun him. Just Brendan Poole's just trying to collect a paycheck. He just wants to finish this race. And here comes Ross Chastain, like, yeah, I can easily pass you, but you know what? I'm just gonna go right through you.
You know what happened? Ross pulled a Denny. He was like, I'm gonna wreck this lap car because why the hell not?
Yeah.
That's what Denny did to JJ at Richmond, and now Ross is out here doing that. But yeah, it's just come on, it's Brennan Poole.
Yeah.
You're
What
gonna
did
get
he do to
around.
you?
You're gonna get around this guy. Like it's just a dumbass move right there.
Yeah.
But it's Ross Chastain, so I'm just waiting for the day that Ross Chastain decides it's a good idea to turn his car around and drive the course backwards. That's what I'm waiting for.
Man, that's some old
That'll
NASCAR '04
that'll,
shit right there,
that'll
man.
complete that'll complete the circle of Ross Chastain right there. It's when he does some shit like that.
Yep. In the arms of an angel. Yeah, old Ross Chastain, but sucks for Kyle Larson. Again, he had a fast car and just got fucked over by someone else's business. Ross Chastain got another one.
Wah, poor Kyle. How will
Uh,
he ever survive? How
yeah,
will he
right. Alrighty. William Byron won stage one. Been killing it all year with the stage wins. I believe that's his sixth stage
Dude,
win of the
he's
year.
gonna turn into 2017 Martin Truex Jr. He's gonna win like 19 of those things.
Stage winner, MTJ. That was getting old after a while.
I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Do bad for once, please.
Yep. Ross Chastain, he won stage two. He just had to make his way up front, taking everyone out. So that's what he does. And then Joey Logano, he was having a rough day and he just got loose and wrecked his shit, ending his day with about 14 laps to go. And then we had a battle of the ages with Martin Truex and Ross Chastain. Beautiful, beautiful battle for the lead. But Martin Truex, he's victorious at Dover. The Truex brothers swept the weekend. Just awesome to see that. Obviously, awesome to see that for Ryan and Martin. He was on a 56 race winless streak too. It's been a while since he went to victory lane. So cool to see both 19s for Joe Gibbs finally catch that checker flag.
Yeah, that's a real good, that's a feel good story of the weekend. The Truex brothers both driving car number 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing going to victory lane.
Yeah.
And they both meant a lot to both of those guys. Ryan getting his first career win, and then Martin snapping that insanely long winless streak. Like, you don't think of how dominant that Martin Truex Jr. has been over the years for him to go on a winless streak like that.
We thought
56
he
races.
We thought he was done. We thought he was going to retire.
Thought he was done. I mean, he has struggled in this new car, and then getting paired up with James Small has not gone the way that they really wanted to. But today, here at Dover, I think that's where the ship turns, and you don't want to get a guy like Martin Truex Jr. You don't want to get him on a run, because once he gets on a run, oh boy,
It's game
look out.
over.
It's game over. But yeah, very cool to see both Truex brothers go to victory lane. And this is technically, they call this their home track, so that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing out in New Jersey. I don't think anybody wants to race in New Jersey to begin with. So yeah, but congrats to the Truex brothers, buddy. If you don't have anything else to add, we're about to end our show.
Yep. Dover's Dover. It's a great racetrack. It's one of the best tracks that we go to, and really with the right package, it puts on a great race. And yeah, but now we're moving on. We got Kansas coming up on deck, and that's going to be a fun little intermediate race. Yeah. Those are some fun races that we had there last year, and with how this intermediate package is, I'm expecting the same. So I'm excited.
Yeah, 1.5s were the best around last year, especially with Kansas and the Coke 600. We got Coke 600 coming up in a couple weeks too, so that's gonna be great. Can't wait for that. But yeah, like you said, Dover put on a show this weekend. The monster came out. A lot of people felt its wrath. Unfortunately, like Joey Logano, Noah Gragson, but they'll be coming back next week at Kansas.
Noah Gragson should just shave his head, and he'll be looking like Miles the Monster.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they can take a picture. Maybe they can put Noah in the monster's hand next year. They can have him go, ah! All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning into the Stock Car Spectacle. If you haven't yet, make sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel. And you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. So I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Nick Kinsel.
We'll see you guys next time.